Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. Now, I have in front of me some beautiful little digital ephemera. Now, a lovely lady by the name of Veronica has just been dabbling a little bit here and there with some digitals, and she asked if I would like some, and she sent me some that I can have a play around with. So that's heaps and heaps of fun. So thank you so much, Veronica, and I absolutely love these. So she's given me a whole lot here, as you can see. And they're in sort of different themes and that. So I love this too. I think she's either printed, it looks like a print, I think, on some laminate or vellum. And it's gorgeous. So that's given me a great idea. But my idea, I think, for today is to use these ones that are on top. I've chosen these. I love them. They've got beautiful deep maroon roses on them. And the first journal I ever made was a rose journal, and it was in honour of my grandmother. And she kept a whole lot of the little poems and that people would write in autograph books, that sort of thing. And I had all the papers here that she had written these on, and they were falling to bits, disintegrating everywhere. So I decided that I'd rip them up and stick them into this, after copying them, of course. So it's the first journal I ever made, so it's a bit rough, but it's also very eclectic because I had no idea what I was doing and I was just putting all sorts of different stuff in here. So I thought it'd be really cool to get back to this because I haven't looked at it for a couple of years, I don't think, because I got so busy with design teams and that. So I thought these would be absolutely beautiful in here because it's sort of my favourites, the maroon roses, and roses always make me think of my grandmother. So I'm leaving the front pages blank to put a picture of her in and that sort of thing. So we've got to find pages where we want to put some bits and pieces. That'd go nicely on that page. But so let's have a look what we've got. As you can see, these are the little poems that I've got. So I've been inking around them and then sticking them in with glue stick, I think. I should probably matte medium over the top as well. We've got these pages. They would look all right in there. I do have some ideas. I'm just trying to see how many blank sort of pages that need filling up. It's been that long since I've revisited this one. Here's a whole lot of blank ones. All right, might just do it here. So I went for a search and I couldn't find my little autograph bits. I'm thinking I might have dispersed all my rose journal stuff around the house. So I'm not going to bother tearing the house apart to try and find them yet, but I can always add my little poem when I do find it. So I thought what I will work on next is these beautiful banners. Might make a little paper clip. Now they'd look good that way. Maybe I could put them on that page. But first, I think I want to back these with some paper just to strengthen them a bit. So I might just use some book page for that. So I'll just stick them onto here. Now I'll just remove my journal first. So I'm just going to cut around these again. I probably should have stuck them down before I cut them out and then just cut both layers out in one, but I had an afternoon nap and I'm still waking up. What's new? All right, so yeah, they're feeling heaps more sturdy now. So I can have them like that. That doesn't look too bad, or I can have them like that, which I prefer. but then it would look wrong on the side of the page I was going to put them on. I can find my page again because I lost it. That was that one I was thinking of. I don't know. I don't think this little page would really hold a paper clip. It would go on this one all right though. So that one might have to go over that side, which means our journal card might end up having to go over this side too because they fit on the page quite nice together. So I think we'll do that. So the next thing we need to do is work out how we're going to make it into a paper clip. Now the other thing is that I do want to embellish it a bit. Okay, so I went hunting and I managed to find a little bit of eyelash trim. I do have a ball too of this stuff, but I just cut a tiny little bit off because I don't want a lot of it. Now I also just raided my scrap cardstock bin and found some pieces, so I might use one of these to back these onto to attach a paper clip. Will be the plan. So I think it looks like the width is almost right there. So if we cut it about like that, well, we're not going to really see this once it's on the page anyway. It will end up like so. So the next thing I want to do is configure a paper clip. Now I think I want to put it on this long piece like that. And then we'll have the short piece to clip onto the page, and we'll probably clip it sideways, I reckon. So I don't know if I should bother inking these or not, although I do have, what have we got? We've got gathered twigs at the moment. That will do just to take the white off the edges. So now I think I want to stick this one down on there. I might just try and manipulate the backing cardboard a bit so it's going to bend and stick nicely. So I'll get some of our glue on. And we'll stick this piece down. Trying to bend the cardboard a bit because I'd rather have the cardboard sort of manipulated to stick on it than have the digital itself too wrinkled. That's not too bad. So you just want to make sure you put enough glue on the edges especially, and on the paper clip as well, so it sticks good. So that's looking pretty good. I think I got it sort of straight enough. Now we want to put our other side on, but I also want to adhere my eyelash trim. So I'm thinking of having that going down there, and then when this sits on, you just got a few bits poking out. So I might glue that on first. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue down here. I hate using this stuff. You've probably heard me whinge about it plenty of times. that'll be like that. Might trim some of the bits afterwards. I've already trimmed them a bit because they are really long ones. A bit too long. So if any of them offend me with their length, I'll just trim them off. Like that one, I might trim a bit. And then we're going to stick on this piece. Not going to see much of our eyelash trim now, are we? I think when I first thought of putting it on, it was going to be out further. So we might have to move it after all that work. Let us see what it's like if we put it about. Still sticky enough just to sit there a bit. And then we'll stick over the top of it. I think I just got to play with the fibres a bit to make sure we can still see some. And there I was trimming it down because it wasn't long enough. Oh, that would be all right. It's just trying not to get glue on these bits so I can keep them that way. And we want to keep our trim out of the way. Yeah, we've got some bits sticking out, that's good. Make sure we get this on somewhat even. Some glue everywhere as usual. All right, now my trim. Little scissors. I think we don't need this big lot of bulky trim that's hanging out the bottom here. A few little wispy bits wouldn't be too bad. Just got a little bit of wispy trim sticking out, which I kind of like. Keep squeezing it so we know that it's sticking really well. So that's the basis of our paper clip, but I still want to try and embellish it more. I just don't know what with. I'm not sure if this will hold together if I cut it down too much. Let's see. Might just all come to bits. So if we get glue onto it, it should hold all right. So that's a little hidden paper clip that we can put onto the edge of our page. Yay, I've achieved something. Now I've got to be mindful what's there. That's just a coloured page, but I've got to make sure my paper clip doesn't hurt that if I can get it on. There. That should be fine. That looks all right too on that page. So that would sit like that. You could also use that as a top tuck. But, as I said, I think a beautiful little journaling card would go nicely there. Let's see what else we have to work with. Got a big mess over here. So we've got a smaller style journaling card. Got a couple of those, and we've got a tag, tiny little weeny tag. And we've got a bit of a bigger tag there. And we've got these. I've got an idea to use those. I think I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and stick them down, and then I'm going to have to fussy cut them and then stick them on and then cut again with a bit of a border. So that's going to be a bit of work. So I'll start fussy cutting these out. So there's one of our love hearts. So we will back him onto this. I might again just give him a bit of an ink around the raw edges. Look nice inked with your maroon ink as well, but thought since I've got this at hand, I'll just use it. Make sure there's enough room for a little border. And this is what I find hard, trying to do an even border around it. Always even that up a bit on this side. This is where it goes awry. Oh, it is rough, but it will do. Thankfully, it is just for my own personal journal. So what I'll do is fussy cut these out, stick them on and cut them out so you don't have to watch that painful process again, and then I'll be back. So I've backed and cut out all of my hearts here. A bit rough, but it looks all right when we bring it all together, which is the main thing. So the next thing I might do is back this journaling card piece onto some of our cardboard as well. So I'm just going to cut this down to take the wide edges off, and I'll ink around that. Now I think this bottom edge is straight, and that's about the margins that we'd want. And that will fit quite nicely there. So move this aside again. And back this. And again, we'll try and cut a margin around this that's semi-straight. Pretty good. Now, I was going to put my hearts on the other page, but I think I might like them on this one. So my idea is to stick this down. Now, if I wanted to, I could leave it as a tuck, but I think that might be too much for what I'm going to do. As I said, I want to find one of my little autograph poems that my nan wrote to stick onto that. That will finish that off nicely, I think. And then we've got our hearts, and what I want to do with them is I have some material here that came from a vintage dress that I've been taking apart. Might stick that down. Now I might leave it loose so that we can stick our quote and set. Not sure how long I'm going to need it. And then my hearts, we're going to go on that down to there. So I might end up cutting that off and just leaving this bottom heart loose so I can still stick my quote on. So that's what that will end up like, I think. Now I'm just debating whether I want to corner around the corners on this to make it a little softer. I might just do the real little one, which is the 4mm one. Put those to the side for the moment. Can always add after if we want to. Got some mango sorbet out there. I might have to eat that afterwards. It's hot and sweaty weather. Nothing like beautiful mango in this weather. Although it looks like they're going out of season. They come, you blink and they go. It's very annoying because I love them. Okay, that's a beautiful, beautiful digi that you've done there, Veronica. Okay, now I've got to figure out. They look pretty cool just like that, but I do like it with the fabric behind. So I think if I cut it off about here, that should work. And sticking it down is going to be the fun part. But what I could do is glue stick. Now the main thing is to make sure we've got room for our big heart. And what I can do is this. And hope that that just tacks it down for us for a bit. And it's not doing too well at it. I thought that can hold it a bit and then I can get some glue on because this will. It needs to go over that way a bit anyway. This will hold it down once we've got that on. Stay. Didn't really work, but at least we've got it where we want it. So let's get that over the top to hold it on. Try and make sure it's sort of straight. Now I'm going to use a little bit of glue that I've got left there just to stick that down. Get a little bit more out. I'll stick that down. Just don't want too much glue or else it's going to show through quite easily, I think. So next we'll stick this heart on. tiny one. It's going to sit on there. Spread it out a bit. Now we don't want that sticking to the page. So that we can lift it up, stick our quote down quite easily there. So, right, it's looking all right. Just leave that up like that to dry. Stay. So that leaves us with not much of these ones left. Got the 2 tags and this little journaling card. Have these little coin envelopes, I think they are. Name, class, amount. So that fits really nicely on there. That's a bit big for the tags. The other thing, which I might do, is cut it down. So let me just cut this out. So I'll just grab a pencil, I think. Just put a mark there and there. And that fits quite nicely. Well, it would if I cut straight. So I'm going to ink around this. Must do some die cutting after this. Poor friend of mine's waiting for a parcel from me for ages, and I want to die cut a few bits to put in there. And I've been too busy cataloguing little golden books. So I better get my stuff together and get these bits done so I can post it off tomorrow. So I think we'll put that down there. That should be dry enough now, my little heart, to be able to, still a little tacky. Shouldn't be too bad, so that will sit down just like that. Might even taper those end bits sometime, like now. Could even use my pinking shears on them, but for now that's pretty good. It's beautiful. Just love the colours in those roses. My favourite. I'm not much of a rose person either, but yeah, really love that colour. So this will be a little pocket. We will be slipping our little tags in there. So we will cut it off. Like so. Circle punch. We'll do a little thumb notch, if I can. Try and center it. Oh, it didn't work. I'll get my scissors. and finish off my little thumb notch. Bit rough, but it'll do. You can hardly see it, but once the tags are in there we will, and I will ink it, which will make it stand out a bit more. Cute little pocket. I want to cut out our tags. And ink around those. And then I think with these, they do need to be backed. I might, not sure, do I want to back them both? I might back them both. Move our little pocket out of the way for now too. So that almost fits good there, not quite though. But this one will fit that way. Okay, so I'll chop them out. So again, I just want to leave a bit of a margin. It's a bit easier with the straight stuff, isn't it? Keep that bigger piece. This can go in the recycling. So I'm going to layer these. I think, why not? Just debating what I might use. I think I might use an eyelet if I've got one, a decent colour. The colours I have, gold would be alright if I can't find a maroon. I do have some sort of maroon, but they're probably a bit big. The copper's quite nice. Small one. Which means I need to turn these things around. And lose my eyelet. There it is. Turn that around the right way. It's like as good as it gets. It's very weird. Okay. Don't know if it's user issue or eyelet issue. So that is that now. I've got some wool, but I think that's way thick, although I can thin it out. It's a beautiful colour. So I'm going to cut some of that. I can't be bothered finding the end. It's quite thick, this. And it's quite crummy. Let's just go with this thick one. Oh, crumbs. So we can slip that in. We can slip it in like that. I like that. That looks really cool. And how short? Oh, I don't like that wool. Very messy. So that's a little pocket now. Looks good over there like that. Just not sure whether I want to clip it in or stick it in because this page is not the thickest page. Unless I reinforce it. Which I don't know if I can be bothered. Could go in the middle. Middle would be better, I think. So let us stick a little pocket in. Might even put it up here. What I might do when I find one day my Nan's little poems, I'll put one on this card and maybe one up here as well. And that will look really nice. So now we've got to decide if we want sort of like that. Could do that in a button. I've got some buttons. I'm going to stick that on just because I kind of like it and saves it's one scrap I don't have to put away. Okay, so I found a little teeny weeny button and I'm going to stick that on as well. And I think we're done. I can always do some stenciling or something, but I think that's enough for today. I really love how it's turned out. Love all those pictures together. Beautiful colours. But I must get on with my die cutting. Okay, another big mess on my desk now. Clean that up and then get on with other stuff, I think. But that was heaps of fun. That was a really fun play. So thanks so much again, Veronica. That's heaps of fun. So I've got so many projects to get on with now for the rest of the month. But I reckon what I'll do is just every now and again when I find time in the next few months, I'll drag out a couple of your little digital embellishments and see what I can do with them because that is heaps of fun. So there's the page. So we've got a little tag, layered tag that sits in a little pocket there. We've got my journaling card, which I can stick one of my little poems on. We've got our hearts and I can lift that one up so we can stick stuff under there fine. And then we did our little hidden paper clip there. So it was great to pull this journal out and add another page. It's a labour of love, this one. I just want to work on it every now and again. Must do some more of them too. I love the way that turned out. Anyway, sidetracked. Take care, everyone. Be good and I'll see you soon. Bye.